By now, rap fans that feel energized and inspired by the backstory of their favorite artists evolving out of their humble beginnings with nothing but supreme hustle and sheer talent are understandably disturbed when they hear a term such as industry plant, used to describe an artist who has exaggerated about their rags to riches rise among the ranks to the rap elite. Let's get clear on what exactly we're talking about when we say the phrase. An industry plant is an artist who has a record label or power player backing their movement but represent themselves publicly as an entity that organically created their own buzz in the entertainment industry. Being called out as an industry plant is definitely not flattering, because who wants to be revealed as a liar who got a leg up over their competition based on secretly being signed to a record label already while pretending to be on the individual indie grind? Now, it is understood that an industry plant is actually deceiving their audience in order to bank on their sympathy for someone struggling to succeed without any privileges or cheat codes. And the question arises, how can you spot an industry plant? And is your favorite rapper been an artificial industry plant instead of authentic with homegrown roots? What do members of the music industry have to say about the evolution of this ultra-odd phenomenon? Rapper Russ, the rapper who became famous for writing, producing, mixing, and recording his own songs week after week, has been accused of really being an industry plant all along. But he has been quick to defend his independence. I'm 103% independent, literally no one but me doing everything. I just like to create. I get to do whatever I want when I want. I think I would have to answer to people that I wouldn't want to. I couldn't be happier about having a cult following, honestly, because it's real people. So many artists don't have real people that actually with them. I'm gonna be here for a long time because I'm not an industry plant. I'm a real human with other real humans that with me all over the world. The Chicago tastemaker and Fake Shore Drive founder Andrew Barber feels that once streaming began as the preferred way of consuming music, it gave way for the industry plants to sprout out all over the field of music. Andrew Barber explains how industry plants are now able to pop up out of nowhere. Some artists could come from absolutely nothing one week. You've never even heard of them. 10 days after you first heard their name, their songs are charting, and they're the talk of social media. Like a Blueface, guy comes out of nowhere. Next thing you know, it's all you see on your timeline. The ability to spot an industry plant can come from having their name mean absolutely nothing to anyone today and have it be launched into music charting positions and listed beside gigantic stars the same week. Canadian YouTuber named John, who runs a channel under the moniker Progress, defines an industry plant as being a young musician who gets snatched up by a record label before even having a solidified identity or any commitment to artistic integrity. Speaking of industry plant style situations, Trippie Redd's mixtape A Love Letter to You featured named Baby Goth, and who signed a Republic, a label formed within the Universal Music Group family. Come to find out, she had no other Baby Goth music at the time, but had once released songs briefly under the stage name Bria Bueno. But to make the story weirder, Bria Bueno wasn't a rapper. She was pushing herself as a pop singer going it alone, even using Indiegogo for crowdfunding. What conclusion did Progress come to on his Baby Goth Bria Bueno character? Progress figured that her label Republic remixed her with a new image, sound, and genre. It also must have made waves for Baby Goth, who seemingly tried to get in front of this controversy with a quick response interview on No Jumper podcast with Adam 22. In fact, Adam 22 himself has been accused of using his influence as a platform for pushing instant plants. His opinion on his Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Industry Plants video is he has many relationships with rappers, and that it has never been uncommon for record labels to use their resources to make money off of artists. Adam 22 stated, "This is a new thing, that we expect artists to get hot on their own, because that wasn't even possible until like 10 years ago. And now what's happened, to be honest, is that the labels have gotten so much smarter that now the labels are able to sort of manipulate the system. And they are so in tune with what's going on online that they could find somebody really early on, which is kind of what happened with Baby Goth and Jumix. The labels can find them when they are putting stuff online, before the fans can find them. And labels can find them and sort of like bring them in, work on their sound, work on their visual aesthetic, where they are going and everything. And then they can sort of release that content to the public once they feel that it is ready. Another sign that there is an industry plant in your midst is often when there are way too many copycats of popular trends. How many brightly dyed hair, light-skinned rappers are seemingly trying to be the next Lil Pump? Kid Buu and Skinny from the Nine both fit that profile, and to make matters worse, they have both been accused of being industry plants. Not every artist is honest about their background, especially if they are selling an image that they never lived. Therefore, getting caught in lies about their origin can be a clear red flag that they're an industry plant. Take the many different forms of fact-checking that have discredited Kid Buu. The biggest fib is that he's a clone. Maybe he was shocked that people actually believed it, but Kid Buu admits himself that everything he does is strategically planned to promote his brand and his music, even after the flat-out voice robotic "I'm a clone" DJ Vlad interview in 2018. Anthony Fantano from the Needle Drop had a very interesting and understandable take on the industry plant controversy, even on how it specifically applies to teenage singer and songwriter Billie Eilish. The label is most likely going to make more money off you if they can hand you a dinky contract before you are famous, before you are popular, and they can essentially control your ascent upward on the ladder of popularity, and basically own you right from the start. So, is Billie Eilish an industry plant? If we were to go strictly by the kind of vague standards for what being an industry plant is, yeah, pretty much. But still, by those very same standards, you could lump the Beatles or the Clash into that same category, because they as well were very heavily groomed on their way up the ladder by the music industry. If this industry plant thing continues to be rewarding financially, should we just assume that every rapper and singer is flat out lying to us about everything pertaining to their life? And will we see a music industry that has zero artists of any integrity left whatsoever? I guess we'll have to find out. This has been a Hip Hop Madness original. Make sure to stay tuned and stay up to date on everything we got going on by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell. Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Hip Hop Madness and join the movement.